How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for a new mod map here in Farming Simulator 25 for PC and Mac only, called Oberthal. And we're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads, "Welcome to Oberthal. The terrain was freely invented and is not based on any real existing landscape in Germany. It is partly flat, partly very mountainous, and demands a lot of techniques and driving skills. Size, fourfold. There are a total of 47 fields ranging in size from approximately 1.7 hectares to approximately 51 hectares. 4 prepared farms are available. A total of 60 pre-built production facilities, with a few exceptions. All production facilities require electrical energy to operate. Numerous energy suppliers are available for this purpose. All available fruits can be further processed. 28 sales outlets. 88 areas available for purchase. One forest area is located near the sawmill, with additional forests scattered across the map. All standard products and the products on the map can be sold. Water extraction points are located on all farms. At the pond near the hardware store, free extraction only here, and at the greenhouses. Large stables with expanded capacities, customized vehicles, 5 open space for your own development. To play the map, the FS25 Maps Supplementary Package mod from version 1.1.0.0 is required. This mod pack contains all productions and sales outlets for the map. If an older version of the FS25 Map Supplementary Package is used, the map will not start. This is a European map created by LSMT FalPos and is 958.59 megabytes to download. There are mods required for this map, and they are the digital display by Aki Mobile, the wide garage by Icus, the production storage control by Braven, the vehicles workshop by Pascal Colts, sugar beet chopper by Lamy, and the Maps Supplementary Package by LSMT FalPos. Now, before we get into the rest of this tour, I'm going to come out right out and say this. This is not going to be one of my normal tours. The reason being is that this is an absolute monster of a map. This map is by far the biggest map I've ever had to deal with in Farming Simulator. And if I were to do my normal style of map tour, there would be no way I'd get through this in any less than probably 4 separate videos. So to try and keep this, 1, into a single video, but 2, to keep this reasonable for everybody to be able to consume the information that's being thrown at them, this is going to be kind of changed up and made into something a little different. So to kind of give you a little taste of what I'm talking about, actually, you know what? Let's start with the farms. So you start out with farmland number. We're going to open up this screen here. Numbers 23, 24, 31, 32, and 49. 23 is a wheat field ready to harvest. 24 is a canola field ready to harvest. 31 is a corn field ready to harvest. 32 is a grass field ready to harvest. And 49 is your main starting farm. Now, you can see the field sizes are immense. I mean, 23 is almost 30 acres, 24 is almost 47, 31 is almost 39, and you got 32 that's almost 44 acres. So, I mean, you're not starting out with small stuff. This map is massive. It's a 4X map. So, be prepared, because we're going to be getting into some big stuff. But this is the map. That's right. This thing is ridiculous. And this isn't everything. There's some stuff that's hiding on us here. So what we got here is just insane. This is why I'm not going to be able to show off the entirety of the map the normal way that I do. So our main starting farm is right here, farmland number 49. And you saw there's 23, 24, 31, and 32. So everything's kind of centrally located on the eastern portion of the map. And you do get this kind of bifurcation of the farm here, because this is basically farm part 1 and this is farm part 2, just across the little roadway here. Now, taking a look, let's see. We do start out with the animal pens. Contracts are available on this map. We do have production chains that we own at the beginning, and there's plenty of available all around the map. And then lastly, we take a look. this says that there are collectibles on this map, but I've confirmed there doesn't appear to be any actually on this map. So let's go up to here. Now, first things first, let's go over some mods specific to this map. Starting out under the buy menu. Over here, we do have an Oberthal tile for our mods and DLCs. So these are the mods that are specific to this map for this section here in the buy menu. And then under the build menu, checking out first under sheds. There's nothing here under sheds, but under silos, we scroll all the way down here and you'll see the West Transfer Station Oberthal mod. So these are mods specific to this map. Now, what's the difference between a mod specific to this map and mods that are required for this map? A mod that is required for this map is exactly what we went over at the very beginning. Those are the mods that are separate from the map and are required. Oftentimes they're built by other creators and are just implemented inside the map, but they are still a separate asset. Mods specific to this map are those mods that are kind of built into the map. They're actually baked into the cake of the file size and all that stuff, and they will be tagged specifically with this Oberthal mod tagging here. So those are the ones that we're looking for. So we do have some here under silos. Under silo extensions, we have nothing. We do have some other constructibles. Scroll down to the bottom and you'll see the farmhouse here. That is one that is specific to this map. Under containers, we do have a couple here. We'll scroll down and you'll see that we do have a couple of the Oberthal mods. And under tools, there's nothing here, but under farmhouses, again, scrolling down, you'll see Oberthal mod, more specific to this map. Now, under sheds, under productions, this is actually really interesting because one of the required mods is the map supplementary package. These two are the only ones from like base game that you actually have here on this map. The rest of them, this is a required mod, and the rest of them are from this map supplementary package. You don't have the basic assets here on this map. So it's quite interesting, but no mods specific to this map. I just want to point that out. Again, nothing for selling points, nothing for greenhouses, nothing for cultivation, nothing for generators. Under animal pens, we scroll down in cows, you'll see that there is one here, the cow barn with feeding robot that has been modified specific to this map. Nothing for horses. Here under pigs, we do have one right there specific to this map. Under sheep, again, one for this map. And for chickens, we do have one for this map. Nothing for bees and nothing for others. Under our decorations tab, scrolling down in fences, all the way down to the bottom, you'll see we do have mod specific to this map here. Under lights, let's see, all the way down to the bottom, you'll see again Oberthal mod specific to this map. Under others, again, all the way at the bottom, we do have some here, and nothing for decorations. Then under landscaping, and specifically under painting, no additional painting swatches are available here, but we do have, scrolling down the bottom, a couple of additional trees for this map, but then nothing for plants. All right, so now this is normally the time where we start picking things up and start showing things off. Again, I'm going to try and show things off as best as I can without getting kind of bogged down in the kind of going to here, going to there, going to here kind of thing. But I will do my best to show off the facilities, show off the locations on the map, and actually show off like the inputs and outputs of the production sites. So first things first, we do start out at the starting farm. So let's scroll down here and take a look at our starting equipment. We start out with the Amazon ZGTS 10001 fertilizer spreader, the Claas Avion 450 harvester, the harvester header. We also have the Deutz-Fahr 8280 TTV, the FarmTech DDK 2400 trailer, the Fendt 1050 Vario, the Fendt Tego 75 VRD forage wagon. We've got the Krone Big M450 mower, the Krone Swadro TS 970 windrower, the Krone Trailer Profi liner. It's just our normal trailer, and this does have a capacity, so I think this is actually an auto load trailer. We have a Kverneland PW112 plow, the Karcher HDS 918 4M power washer, the Kokerling Ultima 800 seeder, the Lizard MKS 35. This is the one that's been modified. As you can see, it has all those additional inputs. We have the Massey Ferguson MF8570 trailer. That's the header trailer. The Skoda Enyaq Coupe RS 4, I believe that is that 4. Yeah, I think that's 4. Car here. We got the Valtra S286, the Volvo FH Electric 490 semi truck, and that is everything. So now we're going to take a look as to why I said that this map is just not tourable in its current state. So first off, we're going to take a look at our farm right here. You can see everything that we have here. We have all these assets and these ones down here. That's our starting farm. And actually here, let's get rid of those. You can see this is everything we start out with, is this land here and these 4 fields. Now, let's take a look at the rest of the farms that are built into this map, starting with farmland number 50. That's up here in the north. If you click on that, for $760,896, we'll go ahead and buy that. And you can see, look at all this stuff that just popped up. That's just this farm here, as well as over here and here. All this stuff has popped up, okay? Maybe we're starting to see something here. But next one, 51, right here in the middle of the map for $573,984. Go ahead and buy that. And all this pops up. Holy smokes. And then last but certainly not least, farmland number 52 at $633,984. Go ahead and buy that. And yeah, now when we pan out and we see the full breadth of everything that's available on this map, wow. Wow, 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 wow. All right, so first things first, I want to show off the various animal pens that we have available on our starting farm. So first one is the sheep barn. And you can see, if we look at the map, I pan out, it's located just towards the kind of southwestern portion of our farm. And we scroll over or run over to here. We have 0 sheep to start with, but 654 can fit into this particular barn. Now, next to that is the chicken coop. Let's visit that. You can see 0 to start out with, 2,220 sheep can fit in this thing. I'm sorry, chickens. Chickens can fit in this thing. I mean, wow. That's ridiculous. I forgot to show off. On this side over here, we got our animal input, we've got our feed input, and we've got our output for our milk as well as our wool. Then over here, we got our output for our eggs here, input for our animals there, input for our feed there. And now across the street at the main farm is the pigsty. We'll go there next. Input for the pigs here, input for the feed there. You have room in this pen for 1,137 pigs. And then just on the other side over here, you got your input or output for your slurry right over there. And over here we have our cow barn with the feeding robot. The feeding robot works just like this. You put in your hay, straw, silage, all right there. And then on this side, you put in your mineral feed. You put in all 4 components of that. And then at the top of every hour, it will go out and feed your cows. Now, you can see that we have room in this cow barn for 2,013 cows. Massive amount of cows. Slurry right there. You can dump in already prepped feed or unprepped. Really doesn't matter. Feed can go in here. You can also blow straw into the paddock right here. Paddock, that's not the right word. Into the stalls right there. That's a word. Right here, animal input, and we've got our milk trigger right there. Milk output. All right. So we saw everything that we need to see in regards to the kind of ins and outs of the farm. Now what I'm going to do is quickly just show off some of the things that you can get on the starting farm. So we do have a lime storage. We have, if I can click on it here, let me switch to my mouse. That might be a little bit better. All right, a little bit more control. So liquid fertilizer tank. We also have the herbicide tank, seed storage, and fertilizer tank. So we got multiple fertilizer tanks over here. Then we have a repair workshop right over here. We do have a AI helper right here, Walter. We have the large grain silo. Now, I'm going to actually show this off really quick. Let's visit this. There's Walter creepily looking at us. Now, you can see we have our input here, output here for our grain silo. But we also have this little walkway. Leads right on down to over here, and you can see the train line down there. I don't know this for certain, but I'm pretty certain that your grain silo here, everything that you store up there, can also be dumped into with the train right here and taken out from with the train here and here. Now, I do believe that this map has 2 separate train lines as well. If I pan out really quick, let's see. There's a train right here, and it's just chugging around the map. And then I believe, yep, there's the second train right over there. So we got 2 separate train lines. No, there's 3 trains. Wow. Okay, so I mean, yeah, there's trains galore, and there it goes right now. So you get quite a bit of stuff going on this map. But you also, let's pan back in here real quick. So we saw the kind of inputs and outputs for the train and for the actual grain silo there. Over here we have the grass dryer, the fermenter small. We've got a stone storage, the house triggers. You got your sleep and wardrobe trigger tucked away there. You also have a vegetable silo. Now let's visit this one. Same exact thing as the previous one, except for veggies. And you also have these kind of inputs and outputs here and here. So again, I think that if you put in vegetables into this silo here, it will then have the outputs and inputs for it as well for the train line right there. So that's pretty cool. And going back to this, you can see right here, we have the energy storage. We're going to go over the productions in detail just here in a second. We got our sheep barn, we saw that, or chicken coop, we saw that. We've got the bale and pallet storage. We've got a electric fast charger, a biomethane station, the large petroleum tank, aka fuel tank, the DEF tank, as well as a feed storage. We also have the carport with power generator, numbers, and whatever the rest of this is. And then we have the sugar beet chopper tucked away in the back over there. Then on the kind of farm part B, we have a manure heap, the pig barn, and the cow barn as well. So all that stuff just on your main starting farm. And to give just a quick kind of high level view of what you're dealing with here, you've got all these kind of silos tucked away over here. Got a little bit of storage, the repair trigger, the main silo for grain. You got a couple of your production points there. You got your stone silo, the vegetable silo right there. Our house with our triggers for it. You do get this little like placard right here. We'll go check that out here in just a second because that actually looks like that's actually like a headstone, like a memorial. So let's check it out because I didn't even notice this. So what does this say? Well, it says RIP. Oh, and that's written in a different language. So, I'll have to translate that later. See if I can. But, yeah, that's definitely something that the map maker put in there as like a memorial. All right, then let's see. Let's continue looking over here. So we got our power storage there. We got the sheep barn, bale and pallets tucked away in the back. We got our chicken barn. You got the sugar beet chopper right over here. Let's see. We got the forage storage, our kind of like animal feed storage right there. We've got a this is our like power collection. This actually is used to basically power a lot of your production points here. And then we kind of scoot out, and this is the secondary portion. We'll call this part B, where the pig barn and cow barn are located, as well as the manure heap. So that kind of gives you like a very high level overview of what your main farm looks like and what to expect on this. So now let's take a look at the productions. And this is the part where I wanted to kind of put a little bit of emphasis and focus into for this map. So first things first, let's go down to here and, oh dear, I completely didn't realize that by purchasing the other farms, we were going to purchase a bunch of other stuff as well. So that's going to be a problem. Well, I'll tell you what, let me drop out of here. I'll reload in. I'll cut all that stuff out so it looks like, hey, we're just picking right up where we left off. So we'll be back in just a second. All right, so now we are back in here with the kind of main starting point for everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show the actual item that we're discussing here, and then the recipes of anything that's of importance. And then after we do all of that, we'll then actually teleport to the production in interest and kind of show it off with any kind of inputs and outputs. So first thing we're going to start with is what you own, and all these are going to be located right throughout your farm. So first things first, you have the carport with power generator, numbers, and lighting. So you can see here, this is where we can take quote unquote sun energy and move it into electrical charge. So basically solar panels will generate and charge up and create some electrical charge. This is very small. It's not going to create a ton of juice for you, but it's definitely a good starting point for a lot of your productions. And a lot of your productions in this map requires electrical charge. So make sure that you're using this and that you're gathering it up. So that, nope, if we go there, you can see this is what they're talking about. So this thing here, we zoom in, it's got the kind of solar panels on it. It's got the numbering and all that. So just kind of a cool little generator for you to use and be able to get some power. Then we have the electrical or energy storage. So this is basically electricity in, electricity out. It's just meant to be like a silo for your electrical charge. So you can see here, you've got your actual like wrench to access it. There's no inputs or outputs for this one because you really, as far as I'm aware, you can't move the electrical charge. Let me just confirm that just really fast before I say anything super silly. It doesn't appear that you can, but we can double check. Actually, you know what? We do start out with vehicles, and one of them in particular may. So I don't think this would actually have it, but you can see all these additional inputs that are available throughout this map. I mean, this map is ridiculous. There's so much stuff going on it. Yeah, I don't see electrical charge. I didn't see anything under the buy menu there. So I'm pretty sure you're supposed to distribute it and like basically allow it to auto transport for you. So basically you go to the production and you know, instead of keep, you change this to distributing. So that way it just kind of pushes everything out to whatever will accept it and then kind of go from there. But again, we're at the energy storage. So energy in, energy out, power in, power out. Here we have the fermenter small. So we can make silage using chaff, grass, and straw. This is requiring electrical charge. You can see on the right-hand corner there, electrical charge and your other product in, and you get your silage out. And then you have your hay, same thing, electrical charge in, grass in, hay out. So let's look at this one. So wrench to access, input and output is right here. Then you got your dryer, basically the same thing, wrench here, input and output, and they are right next to each other. Then you have down here your sugar beet chopper. So this one's interesting. So you get your sugar beets whole in and water in, and then you get your sugar beets cut, your digestate, and stones. So this is actually a pretty good mod for you to look into. So this one, we have our stones out right here, our sugar beets in, wrench to access, water in, and our digestate out. And that's everything that we own. Now, let's take a look around here. So, oh, and one thing I didn't do as well is show off where these were on the map. So just show those off really quickly so you can see We'll just expand this out so you can see bottom left-hand corner. This is on the main starting farm. Same thing with energy storage, right there on the main starting farm. And then the fermenter small. Grass dryer, which is right next door to it. So again, you can see where everything's kind of right there on their main farm to start out with. And then lastly, we've got the sugar beet chopper here. So if we go on to the map really quickly, you can see basically here, 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 and here. These are all the locations of those production points. Now, let's go from the owned to the available. First off, the biogas plant. So this is where you can put in manure and slurry and get out electrical charge, methane, and digestate, or silage, again, electrical charge, methane, and digestate. So those are your two recipes. That's it. So this is a heavily modified biogas plant. Now, taking a look at where it's at, you can see we are on the map right up here. So you can kind of get a good view over by farmland number 71. And let's see. We have our input here for solids, our wrench to access, liquid input, and liquid output. And again, the electrical charge and the other one there, the methane, I don't think you can have those actually come out. They just kind of auto distribute or sell. And again, if you want to actually have them functional, and actually here, let's actually buy it. Let's just go ahead and buy it real quick. That'll give us kind of a good understanding. So buy. Okay, so you can store those items. You can store them. But again, I don't think you can actually get them out with any kind of equipment, the methane and the electrical charge. I think you actually have to distribute them. So that's something to keep in mind too, because it does look like you can change the output mode. So there we go. All right, so next, let's go to the biomass power plant. So again, wood chips in, power out, methane in, power out, wheat, power, straw, power, pomace, power. So all those things. And pomace is a output for something. We'll find that later on in the productions, but let's go ahead and go over to the biomass plant, take a look at the map, which is all the way over here, just north of farmland number 61. And yeah, this is what it looks like right here. You got your wrench to activate. Let's see what's all around here. Aha, here we go. So it looks like you got your input here. Got a, is that wood cell trigger? Yeah, wood cell trigger there. And because it's all electricity that you're outputting, there's no output period. All right, so next we have the canning factory. So again, just our normal kind of stuff that we're used to, the canned peas, jarred green beans, kimchi, noodle soup, preserved food, beetroot, carrots, and parsnips, the rice bags, the rice box, the rice rolls, spinach, but then vegetable bean stew. In order to make it, you have your electrical charge in, your green beans, your potatoes, carrots, salt, garlic, spring onions, and then you got your vegan bean stew. So that's a completely new recipe right there, which is pretty cool. And then you got your vegan pea stew. So again, electrical charge, peas, potatoes, carrots, salt, garlic, spring onions, and vegan pea stew is your output. So all those are pretty cool. Let's go check it out. So got a wrench to access. This is just what we're used to seeing for our canning factory. Our output is here, input is down there, and on the map, you can see is just directly west of the main starting farm, right next to farmland number 21. Next, we have the carpentry. And again, we got things such as our furniture from planks long, planks, and wood. So all those are, outputs, or I'm sorry, inputs, as well as electrical charges input and furniture's output. But you also have wooden toys as an output as well. So wood beams are what you need for this, as well as electrical charge to get your wooden toys. Let's go check out the carpentry. Again, we're pretty used to what the carpentry looks like. That's your access, your output, and your input with a wood cell trigger right there. Oh, and carpentry is located right here. Let's see. Next, we have the cement factory, where we can make our cement bricks, cement bags, and roof plates. All those we're used to seeing. So stones are inputs for each one of these, as well as electrical charge. And then you get your particular output. And then again, got the wrench, output, and input just over. Well, normally it's right here. No, it's right over here this time. So there you go. That's something new. And taking a look, it's right next to farmland number 67, right over there. So kind of back out just a little ways so you can see. All right, next we have is the cheese factory. So buffalo mozzarella, cheese, as well as goat cheese. So it's literally just the cheeses in base game. And it requires for the buffalo, you need electrical charge, buffalo milk, and salt to get your buffalo mozzarella. Again, electrical charge, milk, and salt, as well as electrical charge, goat milk, and salt. So pretty standard up and down the board here. It's just the various inputs of either buffalo milk, or goat's milk, and then you get your various outputs. Now again, the cheese factory, our buy point, activation point is right there. Let's see, where it's out back, maybe? Yep, it's out behind it. So we got an input here and an output right there. And it looks like we can actually run right through it over here. Yeah, there we go. So you can see input and output right there. All right, next we have the chocolate factory, where we can have chocolate, milk chocolate, and praline. So our chocolate, our inputs are electrical charge, cocoa powder, cocoa butter, sugar to have our chocolate. Our milk chocolate is electrical charge, cocoa powder, cocoa butter, milk powder, and sugar to have milk chocolate. And then praline is electrical charge, cocoa powder, cocoa butter, milk powder, and sugar. And that'll get our praline. Now, over here is where it's located. We got our actual activation buy point right there. We got an input. I think that's the input. That might be the actual output, actually. And then other side of the building. Nope. So other way around. Output is over here. Input's on the other side there. And then on the map, it's located right here, just south of farmland number 29. All right, next one we have is the clothing factory. So we got clothes, sweaters, and textiles. So our clothes is made from fabric and electrical charge. Our sweaters is made from electrical charge, cotton, and wool. And then lastly, our textiles is electrical charge and cotton. So that is located, or is right over here. We got our buy point right there. Let's see. Input here and output just behind the building over here. And it's located over here, just north of our main starting farm. Now we got the cocoa press, where we can make cocoa butter and cocoa powder. Cocoa butter is from electrical charge and cocoa beans, and that'll get us our cocoa butter. Our cocoa powder is, again, our electrical charge and cocoa beans to get cocoa powder. And then that can be located over here with our buy point there. Our actual input is right there, and output right there. And it's located on the map right over here. Now, the dairy. So we got banana milk, buffalo milk, butter. We got cream, goat's milk, milk powder, oat drink. We got salted butter, soy drink, strawberry milk. A whole bunch of stuff to make on this map. Wow. So banana milk, electrical charge, bananas, milk, sugar, empty pallet, and cardboard to get your banana milk. You got your buffalo's milk bottled here with electrical charge and buffalo milk. You got your butter from goat's milk as well as milk. You've got your cream from electrical charge, milk, and empty pallets. You got your goat's milk bottled from electrical charge and goat's milk, milk bottled from electrical charge and milk. You got your milk powdered from electrical charge, milk, and an empty pallet. You got your oat drink from your electrical charge, oats, salt, empty pallet, and cardboard. You got your salted butter from electrical charge, milk, salt, and empty pallets. Soy drink from electrical charge, soybeans, sugar, empty pallet, and cardboard. And your strawberry milk from electrical charge, strawberries, milk, sugar, empty pallet, and cardboard. That gets you all those. The dairy is located right over here. We have our input right there. Let's see, around this side over here. We have our buy point and our output for it is right there. And it's located here to the rough northeast of our starting farm. Then we have the delicatessen salad productions. So this whole thing is different. Whole thing is new. So we can make our bean salad, carrot salad, green salad, mixed salad, potato salad, and tomato salad. So all these inputs, you got electric charge, green beans, salt, spring onion, vinegar. You got this one here for electrical charge, carrots, sugar, vinegar, empty palette, and cardboard. And look, it's also something to take note of. The output was bean salad here, but the carrot salad has different outputs, such as carrot salad, poultice, and vitamins. So those are something to keep in mind as well. So there's different outputs here. Same thing with this one. You got your lettuce, vinegar, sugar, empty palette, and cardboard, and you get your green salad, poultice, and vitamins. This one's a big one. So you can see you got your electrical charge, tomatoes, carrots, potatoes, lettuce, spring onions, chili peppers, garlic, eggs, Napa cabbage, oyster mushrooms, and gnocchi. You also have salt, sunflower oil, empty palette, and cardboard. That gets you your mixed salad, your poultice, and vitamins. Potato salad is potatoes, spring onions, salt, vinegar, empty palette, and cardboard. And you get your potato salad, poultice, and vitamins. And lastly, tomato salad, tomatoes, spring onions, salt, sunflower oil, empty palette, cardboard will get you your tomato salad, poultice, and vitamins. And that is located over here. We got our buy point there, output there, and input along the side of the building over here. And it is located on the map right over here. Let's see. Next, we have the feed factory, where you can make pig food and total mixed rations. Pig food, pretty standard stuff. We got potatoes, sorghum, oats, and soybeans. Electrical charge, got your pig food. Your TMR, again, pretty standard. With the electrical charge, straw, silage, hay, and mineral feed, get you your TMR. So that is right here. And your buy point there. Output here, input there. And it's located right here. Let's see, fertilizer and seed factory. So herbicide, liquid fertilizer, seeds, and solid fertilizer. So you got your electrical charge, stone salt, and vinegar will get you your herbicide. Your slurry and solid fertilizer will get you liquid fertilizer. Barley and solid fertilizer will get you seeds. And your poultice and digestate will get you solid fertilizer. And we are already located there, so we got an input there, output here, and a buy point right there. Oops. Next one, we got the Fizzy Sip Beverage Factory. So we make beetroot juice, carrot juice, grape juice, onion juice, strawberry juice, and tomato juice. Beetroot juice is electric charge, red beets, and empty palette. Gets you your beet juice, poultice, and vitamins. Carrot juice, carrots, and empty palettes for all that same stuff. You got your grape juice for grapes and empty palettes, onion juice, onions and empty palettes. You got your strawberry juice, strawberries and empty palettes, and tomato juice, tomatoes, salt, and empty palettes. So all those various inputs to get your outputs. This one is located over here. We've got a buy point there. We got our output there, and input, I believe, is on the back side. Yep, right back here. And is located on the map right over here. All right, next one we have is the grain mill. So barley flour, oat flour, rice flour, sorghum flour, wheat flour, all those outputs are pretty standard. This one is different. So let's start with this. So each one of these is the electrical charge plus the individual product, and you get the flour out as well as poultice for each one of these. Now the wheat Somalia is electrical charge plus wheat, get you the wheat Somalia plus poultice. So all those different things, and you do get a different output. That is located over here with a buy point there, input and output, and is located way up here in the northwest of the map. All right, next we have the chili greenhouse. So you can make your chilies, peppers right over here. Seed, solid fertilizer, and water gets you your chili peppers, and input here with your water here, your outputs. I believe this is actually just all your inputs are right here. You also have your garlic, your lettuce, your Napa cabbage, spring onions, strawberries, tomatoes, all those various inputs there. and they're all located in the same location right over here. So you got your chilies, lettuce, tomatoes, garlic, Napa cabbage, spring onion, and strawberries. So you can see all of them just kind of lined up in the row way over here. All right, next we have the ice cream factory, where we can make chocolate and strawberry ice creams. So you have your milk, chocolate, sugar, empty palette, and cardboard. Same thing here with milk, strawberries, sugar, empty palette, and cardboard for your various types of ice cream. You can go here for it. You got your input there, buy point there, and output right back here. And it's located towards the northeast of the map. Let's go back this way. And next one, industrial bakery. So we got our breads, our buns, cakes, onion bread, and onion cakes. So again, our bread, electrical charge, flour, salt, empty palette. The electrical charge, rice flour, salt, and an empty palette. The buns, flour, salt, empty palette. Cakes, you got your flour, sugar, milk, eggs, butter, strawberries, salt, and empty palette. Same thing but with rice flour. Onion bread is flour, salt, sugar, onions, and empty palette. And then onion cake, flour, butter, salt, sugar, milk, onion, eggs, and empty palette. So all those different outputs or inputs. And then it is located here with the buy trigger there, output there, and I believe input again are on the back side right there. And then on the map, right here. Industrial well, is just your electric charge in and water out. And you saw that we were already there. And you can see water can be taken out there and the buy point right there. And is located just south of the greenhouses. Lime mine with diesel in and lime out. So you can, let's see, you got your input here for diesel, your output for lime is right there, and your buy point is right there. Now, one thing that just dawned on me is I haven't been showing the prices, but we'll go back through and show those at the very end. Next, we have the noodle factory, and you got your fusilli, pasta, rice noodles, spaghetti, and whatever that says. So we got this one here. So we got wheat Somalia, olive oil, and eggs. We got wheat Somalia. We got rice flour, wheat Somalia, and wheat Somalia, olive oil, and eggs to get you all the various ones here. So the noodle factory is here. We've got our output right here, buy point there, and our input right there. Next is the oil mill. So canola, olive oil, rice oil, and our sunflower oil. All the oils we're used to seeing in base game, but what we're not used to seeing is the electrical charge, the input for each of the individual oils, and the outputs being the output oil and the pomace for all of these. So again, that's where you can get some more pomace. The pallet factory, electric charge, planks, and wood beams will get you your empty pallets. It is located here with a input here, buy point there, output there. And it is located, and I don't think I showed the oil mill location, so let's do that. Oil mill is located just west of your main starting farm. And then the next one here is the pallet, and that is located to the north, right over by field number 10. Next, we have the potato processing plant where we make mashed potatoes, pommes frites, and potato chips. So we got mashed potatoes with the potatoes, milk, salt, empty palette, and cardboard, as well as pommes frites, potatoes, salt, empty pallets, canola oil, and cardboard, and potato chips, potatoes, canola oil, empty pallets, cardboard, salt, as well as potatoes, sunflower oil, empty pallets, cardboard, and salt. And you get your various outputs plus pomace. Next one we got is the pulp plant, where you can make your cardboard, your carton rolls, and paper rolls. So cardboard is made with wood chips and corn. You got your carton roll with wood and corn, and your paper roll with wood and corn, and get you all your various outputs there. That is located. Did I show out the potato? I did not. So buy point there, output there, and input, I believe is, nope, on this side. right over there, and is located right there to the west of field 41. Now we've got the pulp plant, and that is located here to the west of 21. And taking a look at it, buy point there, input there, and our output. Where's our output? Where are you, output? Let's just go up high. Oh, there it is right there. So right over here. You can see it right there. All right, next. Oh, did I show the location? Yes, I did. Next is the refinery. We can make diesel. So you got your electrical charge and sunflowers, canola, digestate, and slurry. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's DEF. So diesel are these two, and DEF are these two. So you can see your diesel is sunflowers and canola to get diesel and pumice. You got your DEF, which is your digestate, and your slurries for your input, as well as your DEF output and pumice. Refinery is located here, buy point there, input there, and output right over here. And it is located to the east of farmland number 20 or field number 29. Let's see. Next, we got the rope maker, where we can make our cotton rope and wool rope. And again, cotton and wool, and have your rope as your output. Buy point there, output there, and input. See, I believe it's actually around the back side. Yep, right there, just around the back. And you're located over here. Next is your salt extraction, where you can have road salt, salt, and sodium chloride. And you've got your electrical charge for each one of these to get your various outputs. Now go into the extraction, buy point there, and your output is right over here. And it's located on the eastern portion of the map, just south of farm field number 37. Sawmill, where you can make firewood, wood planks, long planks, prefab walls, and wood beams. So all those require electric charge and wood to get the various things there. And you also get an output of wood chips from all of these as well. So sawmill is here. Wood cell trigger, input, that's your buy point. And output, I believe, is on this side over here. For wood chips is right there. Where's the actual output for the production? Down here just a little ways. And is located here in the north. See, next one we got is our special feed and fermentation agent factory. So mineral feed and silage additive are these two here. So you got your mineral feed, which comprises of electrical charge, vitamins, sodium chloride, and empty pallet. That'll get you your mineral feed. And then silage additive is your electrical charge, milk, and empty pallet to get your silage additive. That one's pretty good, actually. And then buy point there, input here, and output right there. And then is located to the west of 21. Spinnery, where you can make canvas as well as your cotton or your fabric. So you got basically cotton and wool, and you can make your canvas or your fabrics. Let's see, located here, buy point there, input there, and output just beyond it right over there, and is located here, just to the west of 61. Let's see, straw processing. We can make clean straw, organic drinking straws, and straw hats. So again, you got your electrical charge straw and empty pallet, and you get your various outputs there. It's located here, input there, buy point there. And actually, I think it's around this back side. Right over here is your output. And then located right here. Sugar mill is here, and actually get your sugar beet syrup, and vinegar. So sugar comprises of your sugar beets, empty pallets, and cardboard. Same thing with sugar beet cut and sugar cane. Get you your sugar and pumice out. Your sugar beet syrup, basically sugar beets, Everything else is the same with pomace out as well. And then vinegar, you have your sugar beets and electrical charge, vinegar and pomace. So all those various outputs and inputs, buy point there, output here, and input right there. And then located right here. And then lastly, the upholstered furniture factory. Whew, armchairs, rolled mattress, and seat cushions. And you can see you got your clean straw, fabric, and empty pallets to get your armchairs. Your rolled mattress, same thing, clean straw and fabric. And then seat cushions, clean straw, fabric, wool, empty pallet, cardboard. That'll get you everything there. Let's go to this one. Buy point. Let's see. Let's go here. Whoops, I don't know why I broke out the flashlight. Input here and output right there. All right, let's put that away. So that's everything. So let's quickly go through and look at buy points. So the upholstered factory is $380,000, $440,000 for the sugar mill. Straw processing is $240,000. Spinnery, $680,000. Special feed and fermentation agents factory is $300,000. Sawmill. This one $300,000. $260,000. Next one, salt extraction for $240,000. Rope maker for $300,000. Refinery for $240,000. Pulp plant for $525,000. Potato processing plant for $360,000. Pallets, which is right here, for $300,000. Oil mill for $240,000. Noodle factory for $220,000. Lime mine, which is right here, for $150,000. Industrial well, which was right here, at $3,000. Industrial bakery, $250,000. Ice cream factory, which is over here, $210,000. Greenhouses are $54,000. That was the tomato. I'm going to check one more to just see if it's the same. I think it is. $54,000. Yeah, so all the greenhouses are $54K. Let's see. Grain mill is $196,000. The fizzy beverage, where is that? Right there. $260,000. Oops. Let's see. This one. Oh, all the way down there. Fertilizer seed factory is $280,000. Feed factory, $250,000. Delicatessen salad production, $330,000. Dairy, this way. For $220,000. Cocoa press for $288,000. Clothing factory for $220,000. Chocolate factory for $180,000. Cheese factory for $250,000. Cement factory for $370,000. Carpentry for $300,000. Canning factory for $330,000. Biomass power plant for $120,000. And that's it. That is everything. Oh, and the power plant, the biogas, we actually bought that earlier. That was quite expensive. But let's see. Other than that, quick rundown of the sale points. Let's go to our prices. We can shift to this. Now, this is going to show us all of our various inputs that we have around the map. So it's going to include not only sell point, but it's also going to include our productions as well. But you can see all sales freight depot, all sales northwest, southwest, all sales at the BGA, Asian restaurant, baker, biogas plant, 500 kW. We got the biomass heating plant, biomass power plant, biomethane station, biomethane station, biomethane station, biomethane station, boat builder. So that one here, let's tag that one because that was actually something that was not covered. Let's see. Oh, down here. visit. So yeah, you got your boat builder right here, so that's kind of cool. So that is a sell point. Let's see. Next we have, boat builder, buying station digestate, buying station herbicide, buying station liquid fertilizer, buying station liquid manure, buying station manure, buying station mineral feed, or mineral fertilizer, buying station seeds, canning factory, carpentry, cement factory, central gas station, cheese factory, chocolate factory, clothing factory, cocoa press, DIY store, dairy, delicatessen salad production, electrical fast charging stations. I got a few of those. Let's see, fast food restaurant, feed factory, fizzy sip beverage factory. Yes, whatever the fruit handle northeast, fruit buying station, fruit trade north. We got and you can see the stuff that you can buy from these. You got your olive oil, cocoa beans, grapes, and pomace. You got your fruit trades north and south, the gas stations. Got gas station city, got greenhouse, tomato. We got our hotel, Aventurin, hotel Sonnenblick, hotel Waldslust, ice cream factory, industrial bakery, lime stations, milk bar, motel, noodle factory, north gas station, oil mill, pallet factory, pizzeria, potato processing plant, pulp plant, refinery, restaurant at the train station, rope maker, salt extraction, sawmill, south gas station, southwest gas station. We got our special feed and fermentation agent factory, spinnery, straw processing, sugar, supermarket north, supermarket south, toy and furniture store, got a warehouse, Willie's Ship Restaurant, and that is all the kind of input places. Really input and output, so sell points and buy points. And I think that's going to do it. We are wrapping things up here really, really close. So real quick, what am I going to give this on the scoring scale? 0 to 5 scale as per usual. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5. I think this is really, really nice. Let's go ahead and enter into our flight mode just really quickly so we can kind of take a look at a high level for the map, and we'll just kind of run around real quick while we're doing this. So 5 out of 5. Color palette, very nice. Hills and undulations, also very nice. The massive amount of room on this map is ridiculous. So much stuff is going on top of it too. Between all the production points, the different farms that you can buy, I mean, you can do so much. Now, the problem with this map is that because you got all these production points, because you got all these fruit types and all this stuff, you really are limited as to anything else outside of what's already here. I would fathom a guess that really you can't add too much of anything else to this map beyond what's already installed. That's going to be my guess. But again, you can see just the color palette is nice and toned down, so it feels natural. You don't get that cartoon effect. You got the massive terrain shifts all throughout this map. It's a 4x map, so it feels massive, absolutely massive. And it is a massive map, but lots of stuff going on in this map. This is not a map for beginners, so it's one of those that if you're new to Farm Sim, I would highly recommend that you potentially try a different map, because this is just so overly complicated. There's a lot of productions. And here's the thing is you can play in this map and you don't necessarily have to dive into productions and stuff like that right away. But I mean, that's half the fun is diving into productions and, taking your crops and making them into something bigger and better. So all that being said, yeah, that's, it's a really nice map, and I really like the layout and everything that's going on here. This is definitely not for beginners, in my opinion, but is going to provide those with experience a ton of fun. I mean, a lot of fun. And yeah, it's just it's a solid map. Very, very much, very solid. In my opinion, is probably one of the best PC maps that we have that's available on the Mod Hub that isn't third-party supported. So all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this map tour. If you did, please show them by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things. The algorithms enjoy you doing. It shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Take care.